That's unmuted.
You're black, by the way. On the screen, on my phone, you're not black, but on my computer screen, you're black.
On my screen, your computer's black.
No, yeah, but I can see a paintbrush and water thingy.
It's glass water.
Fine.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. As long as I'm picking you up on my end, it's all good. Anyway.
So, say when.
Well, when is now? So, good morning, everyone. I know Leslie's in here and Marty. I have to think.
Hello, everyone from Western Australia here at the Australian Model Railway Association WA Club Rooms. This is a special edition for you guys over in Eastern States and across America, across the world. So you get to see Australian modelling at its best.
We also have Christopher Maloney in here.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Chris.
Yeah, good evening, Chris. Now, I know Marty is up quite early because it's like 4:45 a.m., 5 o'clock a.m. for him.
Really early in America.
Yeah. But yeah, like it says there's 6 people viewing, so whoever else is watching, say hello in the chat. Would be interested to, see you there.
You'll have to keep an eye on the chat for me, Shannon, because I can't see it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll keep an eye on the chat. As I said, like I've already worded the guys up that I'm going to try and think of questions to ask you about the club and whatnot that those people might want to ask, and obviously there's a few people in there, so if they want to ask, yeah, they can ask as well, and I'll pass them over. We've got RDNT. He's on the chat as well with us. So good evening, good morning,
good afternoon, good evening, good night.
Yeah, that's the one. So yeah, I guess Ali, since you're going to be the star of the show for the moment, let us know exactly where you are, which you already kind of did, but also I guess who the club is, what scales you do, I guess, and what kind of stuff you actually model. Like, is it Australian, American, British, a combination?
Well, thanks for the intro there, Shannon. This club actually is quite a varied club. We have quite a variation of scales and prototypes. You can see in the background behind me here, there's some nice prototypical photos of some West Rail locos. There's a big, I think it's a German loco on the wall back there behind me. Yeah, so I might take you guys for a quick tour. So ignore the main screen here and have a look at this one over here, because this is the one that's going to be wandering around showing you the layouts and maybe even the members.
All right, I'm guessing that's going to be. Oh, that screen.
Right.
Which screen? You
yeah, I just flipped over the screen on the iPhone.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Yep.
Because your computer screen is still appearing black on my end, so.
Oh, okay. Right.
So I wasn't sure if you use the computer or not, but.
Yeah, so I'm using the phone at the moment. So.
Okay, I'll full screen that again.
Yep. So you can see that's our signing at the front door and the trophies. And our library, which is kind of out of bounds at the moment due to the restrictions, understandably. There's the wall that you saw behind me. Toilets and things over there. We've got a nice big screen so we can share photos and whatnot, have live meetings, etc. And through here are the layouts. So to the left, we have, let's actually turn it this way, it might be easier. There we go.
That filled out the screen. It is a bit blurry, but hopefully it'll clear up in a second.
Okay. So that's Swan View there. That's the S-scale layout. It's the layout group that I'm a part of. In the middle here, they're constructing a new O-scale American layout. So we can have a quick look here. I think they've got one of the modules upside down so they can work on it. They're modifying, I can't remember the name of this layout now. It was just originally a point-to-point layout. Now they've extended it so it's got loops around the ends so they can run through trains. It's a British layout.
N scale?
No, this one's double O, sorry.
Double O.
Double O, yes. This one's also double O. This is Holt Whistle,
Wow,
which I
beautiful.
think
Look at that.
this is in running condition. Signals work and everything. Some beautiful scenery on this layout.
Yeah, it's a shame that the internet connection is not allowing the video feed to come through quick enough. It tends to be a little bit blurry unless you hold it perfectly still. Then it's
Is
up a bit.
Yeah, I'll try not to move it too much.
But in
Is that
saying
better?
Like in my perspective, I can still see, or make out how good the detail is. I mean, for the fact that the camera is a bit blurry, you know, I can still see there's a lot of. Obviously, I won't be able to see the finer details, but I can see a lot of work's been done, you know, put into this layout, for sure.
Oh yes, definitely. So these are a couple of our older layouts anyway. So I'm going to wander through to the other side. Yes, but wait, there's more.
There is more.
Oh, it might be a bit dark in here. Let me find a light switch.
Hey, look, it's Lego.
Do.
No, wait, not Lego.
Where?
The wooden trains. Oh,
Oh yes, that's for the kiddlywinks at the shows.
that's where
And
I
the big
at.
G scale stuff, garden scale stuff. I was going to show you Guildford, but because it's under construction and I don't really want to turn the lights on in there, so because they take forever to turn on and off. So there's our little workbench that we normally work around. And of course, big American HO layout. And we have a European HO layout in the middle here. Try to see if I can. It's a nice little engine house here.
Just beautiful.
Absolutely amazing. Here you go.
See, there's a few of your members there. Oh wow, look at that.
And this is a O-scale layout of British prototype.
Oh, very old school.
Oops.
By the looks of it. Steam era.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
There's another O-scale layout over here.
Leslie's saying it looks very European.
Kind of is European.
Yeah. I think the British river cancer in him is kind of tweaking a little bit.
Click, click. As you can see, there's lots of hand wash around and available for everyone.
Yeah.
So this is Port Ebb. And it sounds like the N scalers have got some N scale running, so we'll go wander over and say hello. Hello, you're live.
Well,
G'day, guys.
camera's gone very
No
blurry.
swearing. This is YouTube, so and don't mention the showstopper because that, you know, the no, not that one. You can mention him. No, the showstopper is the recent
Pandemic, the sickness.
reason why we have restrictions. Yeah, yeah, you can't mention that. Otherwise, for some reason, YouTube takes it down. Yeah. Yeah. But it's good to see some N-Scale running. We've got a lot of N-Scale viewers. So there you go, Shannon. There's one for you and Steve.
Oh, nice. So when am I packing my bed and bag to stay at the hall?
Say again.
When am I packing my bags and my bed to stay at the hall?
No, they don't let you stay in there, unfortunately. You're going to have to find accommodation.
I'll offer them free security.
Yeah, a lot of people have offered that, but I think some people feel a little bit iffy about that. Plus, you know, there's work health and safety and all that sort of stuff.
Wow, look at the detail in that. That's beautiful.
There you go. There's the name. And if I time it right, there's a train.
Yeah, the video loop's becoming very poor at the moment, so
Okay. I'm trying to hold it still.
nah, I think it's more internet connection now.
Yeah, I have walked away from the computer a bit now, so the computer's in the other room.
Yeah, like audio's still good, but video is starting to drop.
Yeah. Sorry, what was that, Shannon?
Yeah, it's just the video starting to drop. Like we still got audio.
We still got audio, but the video's dropped out, has it?
Not completely. Like it's just very, like it's almost pixelated.
Oh. That's disappointing. Well, here's a nice trestle bridge for Claude.
Yeah, unfortunately, the camera's not doing it justice at the moment, so
It's not adjusting.
yeah, it's not doing it justice.
Because it looks really good on my end. I just don't know what it's like on your end.
Yeah.
I can see the computer screen's gone pixelated in the other room. And that's probably because I've walked away from it.
Yeah.
Let's see
Yeah,
if I can move back a bit.
now, so.
Yeah, I'm moving back towards the computer now.
Leslie's asking, are those D and H logos?
Which ones?
I'm not sure.
Which ones was he referring to? Was he referring to the N-scale ones or?
It might have been.
Tell me if I'm moving too fast.
Yeah. I think Christopher. I'm guessing Christopher's one of the members of the club.
No, he's an S-scaler, but he's living over east at the moment. He's over in Canberra.
Okay, because he seems to have somewhat of an extensive knowledge of these layouts.
I believe he was from here originally. So, and I believe he is coming back.
No.
Hi, Chris. From what he's told me, anyway.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can see much, but
diesels on the N-scale layout.
oh, God knows, I have no idea about American stuff. But there we go. There's Guildford. Might be a bit hard to see because it's dark.
Oh, okay, we have some sort of an idea.
Yeah, there's the station anyway.
What scale is that?
That's another S-scale layout. That's going to be our new exhibition layout.
Nice.
And so that's the club rooms. Back to this computer now. Go away. Okie dokie. Connection interrupted, trying to reconnect. Have I dropped out, Shannon?
No, you're still there. Yeah, Christopher says he's helping
Cool.
narrate and he'll be home in December.
Ah, there you go.
So it looks like he's coming back for Christmas.
Excellent. Hopefully by then, most of the restrictions will be lifted.
Oh, if only. I've got an exhibition I signed up for, which is in October. So,
Let's see if I can sit this here. We're going to stay there. No. Maybe if I put this in. I got a special little tool.
Leslie says they're excellent layouts. I'm guessing he's saying that regardless of how bad the phone quality was.
Here we go. Now I've got a stand for it. There we go. The stand works. What I can do is I can go out to the S-scale layout and start running some trains if people want to see that.
Yeah, I'd suggest take the laptop out there just so the internet connection's a bit closer, if you can.
Yeah, I might turn this one off and just use the laptop one because that seems to be a better camera and better connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to close off this one then. Leave.
I'll let her know in 2 seconds, Chris. In the meantime, you guys get to enjoy me getting back onto my scrapyard. Let me check if we'll make some room. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, let's shut that over there. Very true, Chris. Simples. Now, where's that blasted knife? So whilst you guys are waiting, obviously I know Leslie's in there and Marty. If you guys have any questions, don't feel free to ask. So that way I can ask Ali, and then hopefully we'll be able to answer the questions for other viewers when they watch the replay.
Hang on. I've got you back now.
Yeah, it's all good, Ali.
You disappeared.
Oh, did I?
Well, when I left the thing on the phone, there was no sound. I turned the volume back up on the computer and I couldn't hear anything but me. So.
Okay.
Cool. So, right.
Yeah,
what was I going to do? I was going to take you out to Swan View and run some trains.
Yeah. Christopher did say something about one of the layouts. What did he say? Where is it?
Maybe I can start turning that on here now, seeing as I'm not using this as a camera now.
Yeah. He was asking why didn't you show the progress on Western Ridge or is George still busy working on it?
I didn't want to interrupt the N scale guys because they're I think it's a bit of a surprise to them that they're live. So yeah, I didn't want to you know.
Stage fright?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, that's fair enough. Like I can understand that.
That's fair, right?
Oh, it would be for anyone. I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure anyone else who's ever done live stream before, you know, they get a bit of stage fright when they first jump on in front of a camera to an audience.
I did get permission from the club president, but I'm not sure if the club president communicated it to everybody. So I don't want to, you know, go surprise, you're live on the internet. That might upset a few people. So I have brought some trains because I'm excited to run trains because I haven't run trains for months, for probably 6 months. So I am looking forward to running trains.
Yeah, no, that'd definitely be good. And whilst you're doing that,
I don't have a layout. I only have access to the club. That's the reason why I joined the club. So
yeah, because you only live in an apartment or something, don't you?
yeah, I live a tiny little box. So yeah, I don't run trains often. But when we were running full ball, we were I was down here every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday nights, Monday nights, some Saturdays. So you know, there was plenty of time to run trains when there was no restrictions. There we go. Look, some pretty photos of West Australian steam trains.
Hey, Ali, you know the term "simple things amuse simple minds"?
What are you talking about? Trains are not simple.
No, look what I'm playing with, and I'm getting so much enjoyment out of it.
Has that got like wheels on it and rails?
Well, that's all made of that whole gantry is made of styrene. This is an old lightweight passenger bogie that I've had from an old Atlas coach that I've destroyed.
Mm.
And I've got some of the old school pizza cutters. You know but you know the ones where you got the steel axle in the center with the plastic discs, and then it's got the steel tires around the plastic.
And the steel pointy bits on the end.
Yeah. Well, it's basically a shaft with plastic ends with a steel tire.
Yep.
So
they're the ones that if it gets too hot, the tires fall off.
Oh, not essentially, the axles fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what I've done is I've got some pliers and I push the wheels in so they're a bit. So I guess it's almost close to narrow gauge.
Which would be not. What is narrow gauge in N scale? It's not 9mm. 9mm is N scale.
Nah, it's equivalent to Z scale track.
Yeah, but I can't remember what the gauge is of Z scale.
Yeah. Anyway, regardless of that, like either way, the wheels are a bit narrower, which fit perfectly now in this gantry, and it just flows so nicely.
You're right. Small things. Let's see if I can turn this camera around so we can. Actually, let me set up some trains. There we go. We'll set up some trains, and then I'll move the camera round to the other side, and we can watch the trains go around.
Yeah. Chris has just said he's finished printing some WAGR rolling stock.
More N-scale stuff, I assume?
Yeah. And he's now painting them.
You what? What about West Rail, which is, you know, the post WAGR? Tra-la! Woo! That's the center track. Well, that's the main. So I'll come one in. Oh no, that's the main. So I've got to come in that way.
Just a thought, Ali.
What's your thought? It's dangerous. Stop thinking.
No, I was going to say, have you thought of just putting like a bright red line on the main line so you know it's the main line?
That requires using your brain. None of us use our brain around here. Or common sense.
Chris says that AYCs,
Logical.
AYEs, they're drawing the WWs,
Oh.
WWAs, and
Suburban
XWs.
passenger cars. Suburban passenger cars. That's what Oh no, hang on. AYCs. They're Australian cars. AYCs and AYDs are Australian cars. Adrian Gunsberg made some in S-scale. I'm hoping he'll do the more modern ones next. Because I love some Australian cars.
Yeah,
They would look great behind 1511.
Alright, I'll leave you for a minute. I just got to go help the wife with
Yeah. I'm sure people will be happy sitting here watching me play trains. And I'm going to test out some new wagons and the travelling boxcar. Woo! Oh, where did I put the travelling boxcar? It's in the other room. Be right back. Phew, still got it. Right, what are people saying? Oh, Christopher Maloney gave you an answer there, Shannon. NN3 is 6 mil gauge, or 6.5. Is that little Andreas I can hear? Travelling boxcar. Woo! Bah! Ooh, love metal wheels. Now, let's have a look. See. Let's see how these run around the track. These will be the first time these have run on a layout. So, test time. I mean, they work well on a test track, but that's just a straight piece of track. And there's a reason why I haven't glued this on yet. And that's because I want to fix it first, because I've broken parts off it. So fix them first, and then they can go back on. wondering. Let's have a quick look at chat, see what chat's doing. Good morning, Steve. Hi, Steve. Jump on. Jump on, Steve. Hi, Steve. Oh, come on. What are you doing? There we go. GH. And the brake van. There we go. Let's run some trains. I thought that wasn't a common name, Christopher Maloney, about the tart wagons, because I remember, I think it was Kieran Wright. Someone, because Kieran Wright had a train with the tarts, and a kid came up to him at one of the exhibitions running around and said, "Look, Mum, it's train." That's where that originated. Unless you can, show me where else it has originated. Maybe in an earlier time, or maybe from one of the drivers or something like that. Yeah, I would blame Kieran. Right. So we can't keep the laptop on the track for obvious reasons. So let's get a train running, shall we? Let's get the travelling boxcar going. Set the points. For track 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. We have a winner. Can you see there? There we go. Select loco 1571. There we go. Winner. Please go. Oh, why won't you go? It could be a dirty layout. Yeah, it's a dirty layout. We'll get it out onto the main first. Oops. There we go. Should run better now it's on the main. Yeah, the track hasn't been cleaned in a while. Let's see what happens if I put the laptop over here. Is that too far away for you guys? It probably is too far away for you guys, isn't it? Maybe there's a better spot. Like right here. Look at that. Hey, Roy. Hello, Roy. Bye, Roy.
Oh, I see Steve Arnold's on.
Yeah, saw Steve and Container Man. He popped on for a little bit and he's dropped off again. Yes, Leslie.
That's the scale.
That's the scale. Somebody's at the door. I might go get the track rubber and run that around a couple of times because it seems we might be having some issues. Yeah.
Okay, so whilst Alan does that, I'm going to try and show you guys some before and after photos of.
Okay, I cannot find a track rubber, so we're going to have to just let it run for a bit. What's the big Shannon?
Well, saying whilst you do that, I was going to try and show everyone some before and after photos of the renovations I did.
You'll probably have to do a share screen or something.
Oh yeah, I can do that. I'm just trying to find a screen on the computer. Was that the coupling box that I just saw? Okay, so just for a minute. Let's see if I can get this to work.
Can't quite get 3 trains running, but I can get 2. Cool.
As you can see, that's how my junkyard just looked before, and you can see a little bit of the yard just there. Let's see if I can find another photo of the yard just quickly.
Now, where's 1571? There it is. That's running much better now. Need a bit of a running.
How's the video coming through now, Shannon?
Oh, it actually looks really good. I'll swap to it in a second. So there's another shot of the yard. You can see the main road.
Is that the before shot?
Yeah, that's another before shot. You can see the cyclone fencing, couple of car parks. My oil rig.
You don't sound so flash.
Okay. Any virus or flu or anything. It's and it's voice box.
And that's
Not cancer.
maybe after.
And I got tested yesterday, and the lump's just about dead. Chemicals are killing me.
Good.
So, but it's affected the voice a bit. So it's not.
I've got
We put the temperature. I mean, I haven't got a temperature or anything.
I just want to let you know I've got a live stream on here, so if you want to say hi to people on YouTube, Christopher Maloney's even on there.
Oh, okay. Well,
So-
I didn't realise that. I don't know.
I've got it facing the track at the moment, so people
that's
can see
all
the
right. I can
trains.
see what's going on. They can hear me now.
Yeah, they can probably hear you talking in the
Yeah,
background.
yeah.
So say hi to you.
Hello, everyone. My answer is
You're speaking with another member of the AMRA Model Railway Club.
that's lovely. It's a good mate. It's
Yeah, no, that's me. I made that DA.
lovely. I like it. We take them too.
Yeah, that one's me as well.
Well done.
And the travelling boxcar, part of the Back on Track travelling boxcar.
Love it. That's nice.
So that's going to go off to America next.
Oh,
It's going to go all over America, and then it's going to go off to the UK. It's going to run on other layouts. So it's,
Oh,
it
brilliant.
came from over east.
Yeah,
So it's been over east.
excellent. That's lovely too.
I love my DB. She's my pride and joy.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Graham Watson won't be happy with the yellow wagons.
No, I've already pointed that out to him, but he's gone. It's actually good to see these wagons because the one who built them never brings them down. So he's
That's
like,
right. That was
Yeah.
Linko, I think.
no, that was Murray Rowe.
Murray Road.
Murray Rowe. And so unfortunately we only see him at exhibitions. So
He built his tops out of 2 bags, I think.
no, they're paper.
I mean, our paper.
The aluminium ones were Kieran Wright. He did the aluminium ones.
I knew there was 2 that did it.
Hmm.
That looks great. What are they made out of, those tops?
Those ones are made out of paper.
Okay.
Special printing paper, he says.
Oh, great idea.
I'm not sure where he gets it. I think he gets it from Officeworks.
Look at the strength.
And I'm not sure how he does it, but he does a fantastic job.
He dopes it, dopes it up like
Yeah, I think that's what he does. I think he does
he used to
dope.
do with those model planes.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like the tissue paper that you put on the model planes, but
Probably dopes it like that.
yeah, it's probably a similar process.
That's lovely. Beautiful.
I might try and see if I can get the A class running on the DC and going on the other way.
Yes.
So we got a train going the other way.
Yes.
What do you think, Shannon?
Yeah, definitely.
Still? Cool.
So if we've got tonight going, does that mean we'll have an S scale on the fourth Friday night?
Probably
Is
not.
S-scale on?
I'll fix your lump for you.
It's dead. The lump is dead.
Wow, that's even better. You won't even feel it.
You don't even take that.
The only reason why we probably won't see the S-scale guys come down is because there's too many of us.
Oh, well, we're allowed 50, aren't we? Or 100?
Well, the ruling was we're
Oh, but then
only
you've
allowed
got
to
the-
have
the
2
distance.
people at the front and 2 people behind the layout. So that's 4 people.
So we won't have an S scale for a while.
Yeah.
So
So,
we go to
but
phase
we've been
3.
meeting up via Zoom.
Yes. Yes. I haven't got Zoom.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I missed out. Well, I didn't know tomatoes on. I just thought, okay,
Oh, it's not. It's not. It's no. It's just
official,
normal. It's just a normal
scale.
end scale knife.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just kind of jumped in and said, "Hey, I'm going to do a live show from the."
Why not? Well done.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, I do like that very much.
Yeah, I've got another one on order.
Okay. It's a keg, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a 3D print. It's a 3D print.
Ah, okay. Oh, of course it is.
So the wheels are from
Yeah.
Rail West,
Yeah.
and I think the etching's done over east.
It's the loco 3D print.
Sorry?
It's the loco.
Yeah, it's the same.
3D.
It's from the same place. Yeah, the loco is 3D printed in Belgium.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Same with the DB. That's
Yes.
that's also 3D printed.
That's nice. That's really cool. What makes it got in it?
It's a Vitrains Class 47, a 00 scale Class 47. It's the same mech that's under the well, basically it's just the bogies and the motor. The 3D printed drive shaft. Of course, I put PCC and lights in it.
Got it.
Yep.
Lovely. Makes all the difference.
The next one is going to be an AB.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's slightly bigger than my A.
They are. They're a nice loco.
Mm.
Beautiful.
And that's got to be North Yard bogies.
Oh, okay.
North Yard bogies, Oxygen motor. We'll see how they turn out because it's North Yard bogies under the A that I've got over there.
Yeah, well, North Yard's been good for a long time.
Mm.
Graham is where's Graham.
Well, we did have initial issues with the bogies. They were assembled a little bit too tight and they cracked the plastic.
Yeah, I remember that.
So we did fix that issue.
Yeah, I remember that issue.
Mm.
Yeah, North Yard's been pretty good for stuff.
But quite happy with these Vitrains bogies.
Very nice.
Yeah, the Class 47 bogies. They've basically we cut the side frames off and just used the retaining clip underneath and then attached our own side frames to that retaining clip.
Yeah.
So I painted them black just to match the rest, but
it's worked well.
I haven't. I tried painting the tank and I failed, so that's why the tank looks so icky.
I didn't even notice.
So I had to strip it all back.
I didn't notice, no. I didn't notice.
This one wasn't painted by me.
No. Oh.
But the decals were done by Cassidy. Cassidy did the decals.
Is he still in Tassie?
Yeah, he's still in Tasmania.
Yeah.
He's still doing F classes.
Gee.
Yeah, I think he'll be doing F classes till he dies, the poor bugger.
Yeah, some people complain and they haven't heard from him.
Oh, I've spoken to him regularly.
Okay.
I think the biggest thing is he got dropped off the mailing list, so he hasn't been receiving any notes. He didn't even know Zoom was happening until I told him. He went, "Oh, well, I can't do it this week, but I'll catch you next month."
Good on him.
So,
well, if Lynn doesn't get the subs, she'll drop you off the list straight away.
Yeah, well, I think he wasn't on the list because he changed his email address.
Okay.
So, and he had issues trying to get the new email address on the list. So,
right. And that's an incredibly bright light, isn't it?
LED.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So there's an LED in that end and an LED in that end. And then I've used fibre optic cable.
Yes.
And
I see that through the canopy.
Yep, I've glued that into onto the front of the light and then heat shrinked it around that to secure it.
Oh, that's clever, yeah.
So the heat shrink stops the light from bleeding into the cab itself.
The cab. Lighting up when you paint it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not that one. That's great.
Yeah. I don't know if that one was a heat shrink one as well, because I didn't do that one.
Paint Sydney. That's a good idea.
Well, I thought the heat shrink would, because it wasn't holding when I was trying to get it to dry.
Yes.
So I put the heat shrink around it and
I dried it all out.
Yeah, kept it all together.
That's great. Runs so smoothly, those locos too, don't it?
Yeah, the DB's got the Vitrains bogie under it as well.
That's very smooth.
And it's the Vitrains motor, which is one of those standard 5-pole Chinese motors.
Yes. Well, I make some good stuff.
And it's got flywheels, I think, as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Flywheels.
Yeah, that's right. It does have flywheels. I do remember now.
Balances it better.
Well, it helps with the momentum and the smoothness of it.
Yes.
But I've also put capacitors in there. So, of course, if it runs over a dead spot, it just keeps rolling over until, yeah, it's got one at each end there. No, it's, well, it was a bit jerky before, and that was because we were running on dirty track.
Hello.
Oh yeah.
Not too bad. Still live. Elbow in the back. Elbow in the back? What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Elbow in the
Oh, it's the new handshake.
It's a ScoMo handshake.
Oh, the ScoMo handshake.
ScoMo started it.
Right.
We did.
He probably thought it was a good idea and decided to claim it as his own.
Always seen him doing it, so. And that handshake.
For obvious reasons.
Not for a while anyway. Yeah. No.
That kind of tap on the shoulder. I got a job for you.
I usually get that. Come here, yeah. On the shoulder.
I'm going to try and see if I can get a third train running the opposite direction. So I will be right back.
I can't see that.
Are you sticking around with the escalators or
So,
yeah. One of everybody. That's the game part. That one's the definitely live.
No. I won't swear.
Thank you to everyone on YouTube land. There's people from England, people from America, people I'm materialized in Belgium. Oh, okay. But it's doesn't design. Yeah, it's the way to teach it. Even the A class is a dark logo, but roots and ends that one's a combination logo. Hybrid. That's it.
Well, put the thing on it in 1002, 3D. Oh yeah, someone had one up for $800 the other day. 3 cars, $100.
Only 3 cars.
Yeah,
Oh,
The A class is going downhill, so that's why it's going so fast. Now we've got trains running everywhere.
Yeah. I'm still here, Ali. I'm still backwards and forwards helping Chris.
That's all right. I'm going through, just going through the, whatchamacallits. Oh, I'm standing in the way now. Just going through the chat.
Yep.
See if we... Thank you, John2618. It is nice.
Actually, the video feed is starting to pick up. It's actually starting to become better, a lot better quality.
Brilliant. Yeah, we actually have our own S-Scale magazine. So it's kind of popular. It's bigger over here in Western Australia, but there is a following in Queensland, and I think there's one person in Tasmania and a couple in South Australia that also model S-Scale. Yeah, it's a good size because we can get away with using HO and AA mechanisms and HO track. This is just Pico Code 100. I'm just going to turn the volume up here so I can hear you better.
Oh yeah, that camera quality is for some reason picked up dramatically.
That's probably because this is the computer we're using now and not the iPhone.
No, before it was still blurry, but it was decent. Like I'd say, it was
Well, I've got
like
next to it now.
and now it's gone up to 720.
Oh, we lost some battery power though. I'm going to have to go get my charger. I'll be right back.
Honey, what is this? I can tell you right now, Chris, I'm an American N-style modeler. I'm not a fan of the British stuff. I would have loved to model N-scale Australian, but unfortunately, when I first started modeling N-scale, I did not have the funds to support modeling an Australian layout, so I went to model the American stuff.
There we go. I'm back. This is fun. Sitting here watching trains go around. And everyone can see the travelling box car in action.
Oh yeah, much better.
You can actually read the names.
No, it's still driving too fast for that.
Still a bit blurry for that.
Yep.
I could probably slow them down. Thanks, Steve. Why aren't you jumping on, Steve?
Because it's like 3 in the morning for him.
Oh, fair point. Probably got to wait for the other half to go to work. Oh, hang on. Is it Friday or Saturday over there? It'd be Friday. Friday morning, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would be Friday morning.
Chris, are you teasing Shannon? Talk about coffee and trains.
Steve says he's in his underwear.
Okay, that's a sight he can keep to himself.
He didn't use those words, but I read between the lines.
I'm just reading it now. He says he's in his jammies. How did you get underwear from jammies?
Because my jammies is underwear.
That's a picture I didn't want either.
Why are you picturing me naked then?
Because you said it.
This is meant to be a G-rated show.
Supposed to be. You're the one bringing it down, Shannon.
Chris says he has a video that he can show me.
What kind of video?
Oh, God.
Oh, one stopped, has it?
Come on. What did I say why? Why? That is irrelevant.
Whilst we wait for Ali to fix that.
Report on something.
We had a derailment.
Ooh.
It's back on the track now. The A class came off just outside the tunnel.
Oh, damn. Hey, Ali.
Yo.
Have I ever told you how annoying it is?
What? What's that?
That is a grass tough. TUFT.
Yeah, grass tough.
Well, okay. That's one of the bigger ones, which as you can see is quite tiny.
Oh, I should show you guys the black boys.
Yeah.
I mean, grass trees. Thanks. Okay. Show you guys the grass trees. Yeah, I've got to be politically correct now.
Yeah. Put it this way. This is an old Atlas 40-foot boxcar container.
Grass trees.
There's probably about 150 tufts in there. And I had to glue them individually. And I've got to maximize Ali's screen for a second because what?
Grass trees.
Yeah, it's blurry.
It's gone blurry again, has it?
Yeah.
There's a couple more over here. It's probably because I've moved it now.
Steve has discovered the advantages of using a laptop to watch the stream.
Trains. Oh, put me back on charge. This is nice. I can just sit here and watch trains go around. Talk to random people.
You know, I've been gluing those grass tufts for a good hour on my rail line and my junkyard.
Yes, Steve has discovered laptops.
I'm guessing he's trying his best not to wake Sheila up.
Or the dogs. Ah. Much better view from this angle.
Ooh, let me try that. Oh, there goes the static.
Okay, I'm gonna get some weathering.
This angle. There we go. Now we can see trains going the other way. Get these out of the way. What do people think of that? Is that little Andreas I hear? That cord out of the way. That static really bit me. That hurt.
Oh, that's a really good angle. I'm gonna maximize that.
Oh, the A's off again. Oh, he looks great.
No problem.
Where's the rest of the train?
You know what's really annoying, Ali?
It's on, lady. One and grouped it. Oh, I don't like the short shank coupler. That should fix it.
Did you fix it?
I fixed it. I figured out what the issue is.
What was
Coming around the tight bend, coming out of the tunnel, the coupler was pulling the front wagon off, and then, of course, the rest of the train was pulling the loco off. So I've turned the loco around, which has a longer shank on the other end. See what that does when it comes around. Oh, actually, I should probably go over to the tunnel and keep an eye on it.
Here I am trying to find a good photo of an overhead gantry crane to use as,
Didn't do it.
as a reference to where the one I've got.
Worked better that time. Here comes the bit. I need another brake pan. But that's not very prototypical without a brake pan.
Hey, Ali,
Hey, Shannon.
you know, it's one thing I hate about painting.
Say again?
You know, it's one thing I hate about painting.
I hate everything about painting, but go on.
When you finally make that perfect mix that dries almost like within 15, 20 minutes, and you know you'll never be able to recreate it again.
Yep. Oh, I know that feeling.
Because yeah, before you jumped on and we went live properly. I did a quick coat on with a primer, and then I made a quick coat of just silver, and I sprayed over it.
Yep.
And usually with a gloss paint, it takes a little bit of time to dry, but it's pretty much dried within like 10 minutes.
Are you having a really, really dry day there at the moment? You got heaters on?
Well, considering I painted it outside, and outside is like 6 degrees Celsius.
That's odd. But a pain in the backside nonetheless.
Yeah. But no, even with heaters, I find that the paint still tends to be tacky.
It depends on if it makes the room humid or not.
Yeah. But no, now here I am, weathering it. Painted it silver to only make it dirty again.
I might try and put some American logos on the American guys. Oh. That's Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll do that.
That makes no sense to me. How is it colder in Canberra and not in Victoria?
What did he say?
Oh, hello, beautiful.
Hey, good morning.
What time's it over there? Like 3 a.m.?
Oh, a couple of them 9 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, what time?
What?
Oh, I'm just kidding. No, it's a little after 6 in the morning. I came to a conclusion. I came to a conclusion that it's more fun to be on the show than to watch it on the couch on TV. So I got dressed and came out here.
Nice.
But now you get to watch my trains run. Aren't you lucky? You lucky people. At least for a little while. Until I got to go back in.
And be an adult.
And be an adult. Yeah, I had to do that yesterday. I was out here with Claude for a while. Man, you should see what he's been doing. Holy crap.
Well, I saw the trestle. What was it? That?
Man, I got close-ups and stuff. It's awesome. Let's see. Is that okay? You can see that all right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I can hear you better. What about, let's see. You can see the top side? Let's see. Can't tell.
Yeah, I'm currently weathering my gantry crane.
Disty, hello.
Good morning, Allison.
Look what happened.
Whoa, that's way too loud on my TV.
You made me feel bad.
Why don't it make you feel bad?
You asked me how come I wasn't on, and I was sitting in my jammies on the couch watching the show, drinking my coffee, and then I decided it's much more fun to be on it than watch it.
Here. Oh, that is so disappointing. This coupler broke. Now I'm going to have to find a way to fix it.
What coupler? And what?
It was a KD 262 box. Here you go, Shannon.
That's been glued on.
Yeah, well, the bottom bit was glued on, but that was screwed in.
Oh, and the 3D print broke.
The 3D print broke.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
I'm still trying to find a half decent glue that actually bonds that stuff better.
Well, I don't have any problems with CA glue.
Yeah, but surprisingly, CA actually has a bit of a shelf life once dry. It actually deteriorates over time.
Yeah, that's probably what's happening here.
I think maybe some araldite will work better. Okay, I'm going to switch cameras for a second. Everyone's going to see my ugly mug.
Well, I'm glad I can't see anything.
What do you reckon? That's... Hey, C, what do you reckon?
Huh? I have to turn my head around like this. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, see how it's nice and silver?
I could barely see it at all. My head's upside down, and you're about an inch big.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm starting to weather it, and it's kind of depressing. I'm being depressed by weathering. Ooh,
well, Claude and I talked. I told Claude yesterday about your suggestion about weathering junkyard stuff for the contest, and we're of the conclusion that we don't want to participate. We don't want to embarrass ourselves. So there you have it.
Okay, I guess while tomorrow morning we'll talk to everyone about... Actually, tomorrow evening maybe. Or my tomorrow morning, your evening.
Right. Exactly.
Maybe we can get everyone on Whereby quickly just to discuss Saturday morning show.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
It's just mainly just to discuss the contest, really. Because I've just been thinking on it, and like I'm even thinking, you know, if people want to do maybe a very small diorama.
Can I enter my part of my mountains? What the heck happened? Who's in this quit? Oh my God. No. Put the camera down so you can see me run trains and then nothing's running. What the hell happened? That's weird.
Turn you guys back around.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Very interesting.
Actually, now that you're back, Ali,
Yeah.
what do you reckon of my? So that's the gantry crane clean.
Mm-hmm.
That's me making it dirty.
Looks good. I reckon in the middle at the top, you should have smoke dust.
Oh, up here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, definitely. Actually, that's probably a good idea, Chris. Polycement. It's been a while since I've used some of that. Okay, who's got sound?
You didn't just see it rushing past?
Mm-hmm.
Hang on a sec, I'll reverse it up.
Was that you with the sound?
That's me. Maybe the camera quality's not that great.
Actually, Ali, I was going to say, why don't you put the box cut between the locos?
Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't even think about that. Wow, that sounds weird in stereo.
Well, what about when they're doing like rail inspections?
Yeah, they probably would do that. In fact, on the fuel trains, I think they often do it. They often do a push me pull you setup.
So, Ali, with your club, how many members are there usually?
Depends. It's quite a large club. But there's different like special interest groups. Like there's the British modelers, there's the S scalers, the N scalers, the O scalers. There's quite a few different mobs of us. So and we're not. I don't think the club ever has all of us here at one time.
Yep. No, that makes sense. I guess one of the other questions as well is, what does the club do in regards to funding to be able to fund like the layouts and stuff? Like, does it come out of everyone's own pocket, or is it part of the membership?
It's probably it. See, that's a complicated question, Shannon. Because recently we've become our own entity. So we were part of the original whole AMRA Australia-wide sort of association, but now where our branches become separate, our fees now stay with the club. So that money then, of course, would go into things like building layouts and stuff like that, which we haven't really done for a long time, I'll admit. Guildford is probably the first we've built for a long time. First new layout we built, plus this big O-scale one behind me.
Yep.
But it's a bit of a process to apply for funding and all that sort of stuff as well, because you got to make sure that you got a plan, how much it's going to cost, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Plus, I'm guessing rent, electricity, and all that as well.
Well, we lease these club rooms. Like the club owns the layouts, but we lease the club rooms from the city of Bayswater. I'm not sure how much that costs, but I think it's like because we share it with an RC car club next door as well.
Okay, so you both kind of pay like a rent that covers the club rooms, the electricity, the water bill, and all that together.
Yeah. You'd have to probably speak to the president about that. He'd probably know more about that than me.
Oh, I'm not after like exact details. I just, like just asking the generalized question, because some people might wonder how it all goes,
No, it's a good question though. It's a very good question.
Yeah, because like I personally didn't really know how it works.
I try to stay out of it because it's club politics, and if I get involved, then my opinion's going to be shared, and people might not agree with my opinion. So I tend to stay out of it. What's Christopher saying? Oh dear for.
I think that was when you broke the coupler.
Ah, yep, that makes sense. He says, I think he's talking about the Humbrol poly cement, where it says he holds the couplers on his Westrail Q class. Is that an N scale one, Christopher?
Yeah, as soon as Christopher mentioned that poly cement, like it finally clicked because I haven't used that stuff in years.
Yeah, I don't normally use that stuff either. Basically because I'm gluing metal to plastic, and of course, cement's not going to work there.
No, you want a more permanent solution, use araldite.
Yep.
Or I've got this great solution that I can buy from the automotive trade. It's still a cyanacrylate based glue, but they changed the chemical compound of it a little bit.
Okay.
And it comes with two powders. One powder's an aluminium based powder, and one's a PVC plastic powder.
It's aluminum.
I was waiting for Steve to pipe up.
It's
You're really quiet.
Anyway, and basically, like to give you an idea, the aluminium powder. A mate of mine, he had a custom built radiator built for his car, and it sprung a leak. So anyway, we got my cube on, managed to glue up this pinhole leak.
Mm.
That was about 8 years ago. And it's still
So it's not all right then. Is it fairly flexible or?
No, it dries rock solid. You can sand it down, file it down, you name it. But it's really good stuff. Like it just makes everything rock solid once you apply the. So what you do is usually rough up the area you're trying to repair, put it together, get a bit of sticky tape on the other side to hold it together temporarily.
Yep.
Put the powder on it, spread it over the crack, whatever, so it kind of looks neat, and then you add the glue, and within 10 seconds it dries and it's solid.
Sounds like a filler more than anything.
Oh, you can use it as a filler, but it's mainly used for repairs as well. Well, I've used it on to glue stuff together, fill holes. Actually, there was a Kato F's, what was it? An F5A, the Burlington Northern loco.
Yeah.
And one of my mates, he bought one off a guy fairly cheap, good price, good sound. But the sound wasn't very strong, so he sent it off to me to have a look at it. And I shit you not, this chassis was, the way it was milled, I was surprised it didn't break in half.
Oh, bit
So
thin.
I pulled the whole chassis apart, pulled the motor out, completely stripped the chassis, put the chassis alone together on its own, sticky taped the areas I wanted to stop the powder from going through,
Mm.
added the powder, and I made the chassis pretty much solid again. And the sound quality coming out of it now is 10 times better. Like, I sent it back to my mate, and he's like, wow, I've got to turn the volume down on this. Hey, Ali,
Hey, Shannon,
when are you going to start modelling steam?
when I get my ASG finished, I do have a couple of steamers, but none of them are really in running condition at the moment. They're all in various stages of deconstruction because they're annoying me. They're not running properly.
Yeah, most steam engines are like that.
That's why I like diesels. They're simple.
I was gonna say that's why I don't run steam.
See, Steve understands.
What is wrong with you two? I've been running steam for the last 10 years, and the only issues I've ever had was due to a dog.
Yeah, but most of your stuff is ready to run stuff. My stuff is not ready to run. In fact, none of my stuff is ready to run, steam-wise.
What about the Eureka Garrett?
Oh no, that doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
It's not S-scale. These aren't technically S-scale either, so...
So the A class, is that something you're modelling in S scale?
Yeah, wow, that sounds funky then. The A-class is S-scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Chris is on my team. He says steam is king.
Oh, Chris. We're not friends anymore. We were friends when he was modelling suburban trains, but now that he's running it with steam, nah. Not friends anymore.
Actually, that just reminded me of the joke that kind of destroyed Toy Story for me.
No, I know that joke. Do not tell that joke.
Are you thinking about the one I'm thinking with Little Baby Pete?
Yes.
You got a friend in me.
Do not repeat it. We'll get kicked off YouTube.
I'm sure everyone will be trying to Google it now, so...
Oh yeah, everyone's hurrying to Google it now.
Chris says he has an AA class in N scale.
That's the next one up from my A. So it's slightly longer, bigger fuel tank, bigger engine.
It's just bigger in every way.
And then the AB is longer still. and that's the one that's going to come next. Is I'm waiting for Richard to finish off his drawing of the AB, and that'll be my next one. Now you got that song stuck in my head. You got a
friend in me. You got a friend in me.
Some
I
folks
don't know the
a bit
rest of the
like
words, but you got a friend in me.
a little bit smarter too. Never love you the way I do. It's
Oh
me
my
and
God.
you.
Come
What's
on,
wrong,
Steve,
Steve?
sing with us.
Join in.
Oh, it's way too early in the morning for this.
Yeah, you sound absolutely exhausted.
Hey, could be worse. Could be the song from Anger Management.
Why do you keep referencing that? You
Because
What
reference
about
it's
you
the
day
one
to
song.
day?
It's the one song. Every time I hear someone get angry, the first thing that pops into my head is just sing along with me. I'm so pretty, oh so pretty, so
and
pretty and witty and gay. Oh what a pity! I'm so pretty. I feel like a little girl next door. La 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 la.
I'm gonna have to go back to bed. Holy crap, holy.
Oh,
sounds so weird.
why is it so weird?
No, it sounds weird, like because they're both exactly the same sound, so it echoes.
Oh, the echo effect.
Yeah, can you hear it?
No, I can't.
It's probably too far away now.
Chris says. Okay, I think I also have the AA class in N scale and runs with an AY and AYB suburban stock or AYEs, AYFs.
Okay, we're friends again. We're friends again.
I was going to say, that almost sounds like he's teasing you.
He is, and he knows it. Because that's what I want to run my A with, is AYEs and AYFs. But I haven't built any A. I've got a set of AYEs, but I haven't built any of them yet.
And there you are talking about Australian stock, and I'm just sitting here like,
What's an AYE? What's an AYF?
pretty
I
much.
have no idea.
Is that Chris I can hear?
Yeah, she's in the playroom with Andreas. He decided that sleep is,
Not happening.
yeah.
Hi, Chris.
Oh, she can't hear you. She's at the other end of the house, by the house
Oh,
window.
well.
Hey, honey, what was that meme you were talking about? Like, it's not fair.
I read it today. This was funny.
Yeah, Chris Cat told me a very good. It's like a wise man says quote.
What about vault?
Come on, Chris. The AYEs, AYFs are in both large green and cream, and the Westshire orange and blue versions.
Definitely my era. Definitely my era. We are friends again.
I can imagine everyone's looking at, probably going to be looking at me going, why is Shannon eating his paintbrushes?
Well, why are you eating them?
I'm using my saliva as a source of water. It's why I love non-toxic stuff.
Oh.
The Doppler effect.
What's telling me you're on silent mode? I know you're on silent mode. You know what? I'm going to get my stand back. Where's my stand?
Yeah, Ali, I'm starting to get tired of being the middleman for your love conversation with Chris and these AYAYE units.
They're carriages. They're passenger carriage. Oh, suburban passenger carriage.
Yeah, well, in some twisted way, I feel like the third wheel in this conversation.
You are the third wheel. Because you have no idea.
It's like remember that episode of Friends where Monica dates that foreigner?
Oh, I haven't seen Friends in ages.
Well, she dates this foreigner who walks around everywhere with a translator. And so the translator doesn't feel like a third wheel, he goes out with Phoebe. And then in the end, the translator and Phoebe are like, screw you guys, we're going to go do our own thing. Good luck talking to each other with that translator.
This is what?
Now I feel like Chris is hitting on me. I'm a married man, Chris. I'm a married man.
Stop teasing Shannon, Chris.
Sorry?
I'm just telling Chris to stop teasing you.
Nah, he complimented me saying I've gotta have a good middleman.
Oh, you are a good middleman.
Now I feel like you're hitting on me. What is going on here?
Oh my God.
Steve's just like, what?
Grief.
Steve, this is what is known as Australian humour.
Okay. I need more coffee then.
You can barely hear Steve. What's he saying?
Steve says he's getting more coffee.
I got to get more coffee. Oh my goodness. Watch the trains go round and round.
Okay, Chris, what? I'll answer my phone in a second. Okay, Chris is now teasing me with big boys and challenges.
What happens when you get a whole bunch of Aussies online?
Sorry? What was that, Ali?
You see what happens when you get a whole bunch of Aussies online? We all start mocking each other.
Hey, as I tried to explain to Steve, you know, you call strangers mates and you abuse the hell out of your friends.
That's it. That's the Aussie way.
Yep. You know, people. You know, if someone is a good friend when they come up to you and you go, "Hey, stupid, what are you doing?"
Pretty much, that's it.
Can you believe I tried really hard to think of a non-abusive way to say hello to someone?
Yeah, I noticed the distinct pause you made whilst deciding how you should approach this.
Yeah, considering that it's usually a lot filthier.
Yes. Remember, we're on YouTube.
That's what I'm thinking. Hey, is Chris a fan of AC-12s?
I have no idea. You ask him.
I pretty much just did, didn't I?
You probably did, yes. This is not going the way I want it to go.
Because here he is trying to tease me with videos of challenges and big boys. That will probably be on some enormous layout.
Hey, they're still running. Wow, what a concept.
Anyway, I'll be back in a second to see what the wife wants. Yes, sweetheart?
Ah, out of it.
Oh, it still says you sends me a message. I'll say.
Maybe that'll turn out a better video.
Crystal, I'm not going to remember it.
Yeah. Now I can go back to the chat. See what Chris is doing.
Ali, why haven't you introduced me to Chris earlier?
Because I've only just managed to get him to come onto our show. Like I mentioned it at the last S-Scale meeting. Have you made it?
Because me and him have very similar tastes.
Hi, Chris.
Hello.
Have you just made a new best friend?
Well, we both have challenges. We both have big boys. We both have AC-12s. We both have 844 FEF-3. I'm guessing he has an ABBA F8, F9 units. He probably has the excursion train. He probably has a GS4 daylight set. You want to cuddle? Okay, hang on. Let me change the camera angle because everyone's going to want a little bit of baby love.
Baby love, my baby love.
Hola. Good morning.
Hello, Andreas.
Hola.
Hello.
I'm doing Steve.
I'm a doing an alley. Hola.
There's Ali.
And there's hello.
He's just looking at you both like, what is going on?
Why is the world sideways?
Exactly. Poor child, he's gonna grow up upside down.
Well, you were born in Australia, right, Steve?
What's that?
He is born
Oh, I
in
made it funny,
Australia.
huh? Yeah, because
He's born
I
in
made it
Australia.
funny, huh? Yeah, because you guys are all upside down.
Yeah.
I just thought about that. Yeah, you're backwards and upside down.
Actually, I've got a question for Chris now. Do you know the infamous Jason who has the castings for the AC-9? Dad. Is that Dad? Dad? Andres.
Watching that train on Steve's layout.
Ah, somebody's watching my train. Wow, awesome sauce. They're actually running this morning. Go figure that one out.
You've heard the name before, Chris? Or put it this way. He ditched model trains for motorbikes, last I heard, and I've been trying so hard through a mutual friend of ours, like me and Jason, to try and get one of these castings because I've got two EM-1s, one of which I'll use as payment for said casting, so then that way I can build an AC-9. Yes, it's not bed. Why don't you go to bed? Why don't you go to bed? Is it because your teeth are bothering you? You're getting more chompers? Yeah, you're getting more chompers? Bite the finger. Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm getting the notice to pack up now, so I will catch you guys later.
Okay.
See you later, Shannon. See ya.
Later, Allie.
See you to everybody who is in chat. I think it's just Chris at the moment. He's taken over chat. Hang on, who else is in chat?
Oh, there's a couple of people. I might talk to Chris
Wait.
for a little bit and grab his details. So then
It's
that
just
way we can message each other.
rightio. Until next time, I suppose we're doing one on Saturday as well. We're still doing a.
That would be tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Yep, so
Tomorrow morning.
roughly 24 hours from now.
Yep.
Exactly.
Oh God. What time is it? Yes. 24
Same
hours.
bat time, same bat channel.
Alright.
Bye all.
Alright, see
See
you
you later,
later.
Allie.
Thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you for joining me.
How much longer are you gonna be on, Steve, or are you gonna jump off soon as well?
I'll stay on for a little bit longer.
Okay. Honey, do you want to take the star of the show so then that way I can keep weathering? Or do you want to pull up a chair next to me and...
Watch the train.
But I need both hands.
Yeah. That's too bad.
I don't think that's too bad.
I'm listening.
Oh. He turned right around and was like, no, Mum.
No,
He's going to look at Mum.
let's look at all the stuff I'm working on.
You want to model trains now, don't you? Yeah, you want to model trains.
Just interested in what Dad's doing.
You're corrupting
Hey,
that
Roy,
poor
Roy.
child. Who's back?
Roy, Container Man.
Oh, good morning, Roy. How are you doing, my friend?
I've made a new friend with Christopher Maloney. Oh, what'd you drop? You dropped your cup? Yeah, you dropped your cup.
It's not actually a cup. Don't put any liquid in it. There's holes in the bottom.
It's still a cup.
Yeah,
A cup with holes is still a cup.
yeah, it's a cup used somewhere.
I need to spoon.
Yeah, he wants his cup.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you love that.
See?
That's one heavy train. Man.
Back in the truck he is. And he's just gonna pick from the top. I'm not gonna be picking.
That's fine, just put in there.
What part of the country are you in, Roy, Mr. Container Man?
Chris, I would say that I would definitely find you on Facebook, but currently I am having issues with Facebook because I got my account disabled because they thought I was a spam account.
Where did they come up with the name spam?
I don't know. Chris, I've been chasing this HC-9 castings for the last
4 or 5 years.
5, maybe 6 years now. Such a happy little boy. Hey Steve,
Yes, sir.
I was weighing Andreas earlier this evening. He's now at 22 pounds.
Oh, now he weighs as much as my cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting big.
And he weighs 3 times. And he weighs 3 times as much as my little dog.
Hear that? You're about as heavy as
She
a fat
only
cat.
weighs 7 pounds.
You're about as heavy as a fat cat. Or as heavy as small 3 dogs. 3 small dogs.
Yeah, my little Lacey, yeah, she only weighs 7 pounds.
£7.
Yeah, 2.2 pounds to the kilo, so
That's a itty bitty baby.
3 kilos.
Yep.
Just a little tiny thing.
You're having fun just me bouncing you on my knee, aren't you? Get on. The joys of parenting. Ow. That was Daddy's chin.
You know, layouts are very fickle. I was out here yesterday morning trying to run with you guys in quad, and nothing would run. Now this morning, everything's running fine, no problems.
Yeah.
Why is that?
It definitely looks like it's running smooth.
Like,
See
what
that,
is up
see
with
that,
that?
see that note right there? It says Shannon's baby boy is sleeping, so if he doesn't talk much, he can understand why. Why are you making me lie to everyone? We're meant to be asleep. It is 10 to 12. We're meant to be asleep. You're meant to be asleep. You're meant to be asleep. Yes.
Isn't technically slept yet. We're kind of petting it.
Yeah, and that's a nap. So are you going to keep us up till 2 in the morning again?
No.
Are you going to keep us up till 2 in the morning again? Huh? You going to keep us up?
Of course.
You. Maybe we should use this tube specifically to glue you to the bed.
No.
Yeah, we glue you to the bed. Whoa.
Duct tape.
Yeah, duct tape. What do you think, Mum? Duct tape?
Duct tape's better than super glue.
We'll duct tape him to the wall. Actually, no,
You
we'll
can
duct tape
fix
him to the
anything
same thing.
with duct tape.
Door. You want to be duct taped to the door?
Don't say that word.
And you're not playing with any of that. Good boy.
what?
He's trying to play with luck, love. Be tired again, honey.
Alright, until the second until the TV turns off and then live stops. Hey.
Well, if that's the case, honey, maybe give me another 15 minutes or something. You hear that, Steve?
What's that?
I'll probably run the live stream for another 15 minutes and then I'll cut it.
Sounds like a plan. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. It's just that with me and Crystal are starting to think Andreas is staying awake because the live stream's on and he wants to be the star of the show.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Too much excitement.
Yeah, he gets to see people adore him.
You said that word too many times now.
Honey, I swear this Chris guy is trying to get in my pants.
Why?
Because I was mentioning about the AC-9 that I've been waiting for years, as you know. You might have found some drawings so you can 3D print it.
Okay.
And everyone who's probably going to watch this replay is going to be like, how friendly are Australians with each other?
Oh, I'm already wondering that. I'm already wondering.
Oh, you'd be surprised, Steve. I mean, we're the type of culture where if I was to walk into the pub and see you, I would have slapped you on the ass.
Well, okay. Okay.
And I'd be like, hey, good looking, what are you doing?
I turn around and kiss you right on the mouth.
And then everyone in the pub would look at you sideways like, what did you do that for? You was just saying hello.
I'll buy you a beer. At least buy me a beer first.
Yeah, that makes everything better.
Oh, good.
Actually, I picked the wrong week to quit drinking.
Sorry?
I said I picked the wrong week to quit drinking.
That's alright, I've got a few mates who have made me drink myself under the table very quickly. All because I'm like, oh yeah, I can keep up with them. Half a slab later. Oh.
Hey, I'm hoping maybe the last weekend of June. I'm trying to get up to Train Mountain. My trip was called off because they decided to do a work week on the week of Father's Day. So I'm not going up there next weekend. I was going to go up tomorrow, but the weather crapped out. So I'm not going to go up there in the rain. So I may be going up there the last weekend in June, which is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And if I can pull it off and the internet cooperates up there, I'll try to jump on the show from up there with my my ride-on train. If all things work, I can maybe.
Hang on, I didn't quite catch all that. Were you saying you're going to get some rail to do the keychains?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm glad you reminded me because I could do that.
Because that'll be a good side project for you when you're, not wanting to do too much of anything.
Yeah, no, that's if the back shop's open. The problem is with the showstopper going on, that they're limiting on what people can get into the buildings that they're allowed to get into up there, and I'm not sure if they've opened up the back shop for doing machine work. They may have. I'll have to check on that. But if they have, then I'll go ahead and see if I can get that rail and get those cut up. Because yeah, I'd forgotten about those. Totally
Yeah,
forgot
well, it'll be
about
nice to get them started because then, you know, we can start selling them to our viewers, and then, you know, that'll allow us to, you know, fund future giveaways.
Right. No, I'm glad you said something because with everything being shut down for 3 months, I had totally forgot about that. 'Cause, yeah, I'll be up there for Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing, and I can't believe that'd probably take more than a few hours to cut those up.
Oh yeah.
Plus, I got to drill the holes in them. I can do that here, but it's easier to do it up there. Hey, you know, on my brewery, this is just a mock-up. So I put this on it. That's what I'm going to do on my hops holder in honor of Claude. It's going to be Claude Crisp Brewing.
I swear, every part of your layout's gonna have a name of someone that you know.
I think so. I like that idea. We got, yeah. We
Like
got
right now,
Jerosi
I'm
B.
waiting what you're gonna name after me. What?
It depends on whether it's Tapia, or what. I don't know. It was funny because I was watching. There's a guy that does a earthquake live stream on YouTube, and he was locating an earthquake that was centered in Mexico, and he zoomed down on it, and it was Tapia or Tapia, whatever. And he said, I don't know how you say this. Is it Tapia or Tapia? He said, doesn't matter how I say it, I'm going to screw it up. So it's like a lot of emails today.
The easiest way to say it in English is to spell it T-A-P-I-E-R.
Tapir? Say that again.
Okay, okay. Say the word tape like sticky tape.
Tape.
And then ya.
Tape ya.
Yeah.
Tape ya. Shannon, tape ya. Okay. I won't remember it, but okay.
Like, it's easier for me to explain to Aussies because I just go, okay, Chris, catch you later.
See you later, Chris.
So in Australia, I usually just go, just pretend you're going to go up to someone and say, I'm going to tape you up.
Oh, okay.
Have you actually ever said that to anyone?
Yes, I have.
Oh my god.
You should have said that to Chris.
No, but it all has to do with accents. So, you know, the Australian accent is a lot different from the American accent.
Right.
You know, because there was a couple of guys I knew here in Australia who were, you know, from America, and they were just, you know, over here for the 12 months or whatever. And, you know, I tried to explain that to them, and they kind of just were like, well, you know, they're still kind of butchering the name. And I'm like, oh, I've got to figure out another way. And yeah, that's the way I figured it out.
Well, I'll remember that. Hey, yeah.
Yeah. And if you're interested, my middle name's Stuart.
Stuart, I know how to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my kids used to watch an old cartoon called Stuart the Mouse.
Actually, it's funny because I was talking to a guy once, and we were talking about the kind of language I have, you know, the kind of temper I have and whatnot.
Yeah.
And he's come down to the point where it's like, he goes to me, it's like, well, your mother named you the way she predicted you're going to turn out to be. And I'm like, how's that? And she goes, well, your first name is Scottish. So, you know, you're angry like a Scot. Your second name is Irish. So you swear like an Irish. And your last name is Spanish. So you're hot-blooded like a Spaniard.
Oh.
So when I
Well,
get
no
angry,
wonder you were
So when I get angry,
you
I'm
were
like,
destined
like I shout
you
like
were
a Scot.
destined to be a mean guy.
I swear like the Irish.
Do you drink like an Irishman?
Sorry?
Do you drink like an Irishman?
Oh, it's the Aussie way.
There
I'm
you
not
go.
drinking much, but there was a time in my younger days where I used to be able to, you know, spend a couple of $100 on alcohol at the clubs, drive home, get pulled over by the police, and still be under the limit.
Nah.
You know, like literally,
Well,
I'm looking like, what have you had to drink tonight? And I go, well, I had this, I had that, and that, and this, and this, and that, and that. And they kind of look at me sideways like, you sure you're right to drive? I'm like, test me.
Heck yeah.
And they test me and they look at me and they're like, okay, you're free to go.
Yeah, our limit here is 0.08, but you can be arrested for a DUI even if you're under the limit.
Nah, here in
Just
Australia,
depends on
our limit's 0.05.
Okay.
You have to be under 0.05. If you're 0.05 on the dot or up, you get done for a DUI.
Well, they can get you here even if you're under the limit, depending on the size. If you're a little person and you have one beer, you know, and you're impaired, even if you're under the limit, you'll still get a DUI.
Yeah. Actually, I think the difference between you guys and us is here in Australia we've also got drug testing. So
well,
we've got like these little sticks that you lick, and yeah, basically what happens is it reacts to methamphetamine chemicals and THC from marijuana.
Right.
So it kind of works like a pregnancy test in a sense, but with, you know, those chemicals. So you lick it with your saliva, you know, and you wait 10 minutes, and yeah, if you get the 2 lines, they do you for a DUI under the influence of drugs.
Well, the problem here is marijuana is legal now, but there's no way to test how much THC is in your limit. They can tell if you got it, but they can't tell you whether you have too much. I mean, with the alcohol, they can at least do an alcohol test with how much, but with THC here, they can't do that. They can only tell that it's in your system. So
I reckon with marijuana, if you have smoked it that day, you know, you may as well treat it as if you drink, you know, a full slab of beer or had a whole bottle of whiskey to yourself.
Right.
You know, that's the way I say it, but that's my opinion. Not saying that my opinion is the same as others. Honey, get him off me. That is not safe. It was kind of cute, you said.
Yeah, I had him.
Oh yeah, it's kind of cute to have our baby boy climb over me like a monkey to a tree.
I had him.
I love how there's a weight limit on these trains. You get it to the point. I had it running fine. I added 3 more cars, and now everything's running like crap. Oh man, probably time to go in.
All right. Well, I guess that being the case, I think we're dropped a few viewers anyway. So
Yeah.
for all those that are still here, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.
you know, remember tomorrow, same time, so roughly in about 24 hours is our usual show.
Yep.
I think we're still trying to figure out a topic, but we do have a couple of announcements that we will announce tomorrow. Otherwise, you know, till tomorrow, take care.
You guys have a good one.
Yeah, have fun, and yeah, we'll see you guys again tomorrow.
Okay.
Yep, and Steve,
See you
I'll
later.
probably see you later on around dinner time, your time.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah,
Alrighty, guys.
Just let everyone else know if you can for me, please, and then that way we're all on the same page.
Okay, I'll come up with the time.
Okay,
All right.
easy done. Thank you. Goodbye, everyone.